Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 231. Off panel, off topic.
Yep.
25 seconds.
I didn't finish it, so that doesn't count. And we haven't swore. I'm Tyler.
We barely got out of the theme song, and you were doing that, man.
I started. I didn't stop.
You might as well have started. You fool.
Do we have a timer on the Arnold impression?
Timer?
Yeah.
No. We should. We should have an impression timer because I feel like that would go
timer.
about as quick as singing or swearing.
Okay, here's impression timer. Al Pacino. Jake, go.
Oh. Wow. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I need a minute because I can do Al Pacino.
No, my turn.
But I need a second.
Now my turn.
Shit. Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire?
No. Danny DeVito. No.
What? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Wow. Hey, MJ. Hey. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Seth Rogen. Go, Jake. Okay.
Yeah.
Now me.
Mike Tyson.
You know, just because I want to make orphans of the children doesn't mean that I'm a bad
Tyson's
person.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, I grew up with Tyson, so not next to him. me and Iron Mike.
You keep your shit together, Amazing T-Butter. I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out.
Listen, I just want to make sure your music gets out there, but it's never going to get out there if you don't, show your personality a little bit. Amazing T-Bird.
Misery. That's what you've chosen.
How much this? I love doing the sound check after we're recording. So, welcome to 231, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't said anything. I haven't said all that shit just now, man. Like, come on. No, we're mostly going to be talking about The Running Man.
Somebody's got an attitude.
Or a good portion of this, we're going to be talking about The Running Man.
The Running Man.
The 2025 movie, the Arnold movie, the book, all that stuff. And then we're actually going to be talking about comics, as we normally do.
A couple of them.
But let's kind of just open it up to The Running Man. So this is kind of like a broader discussion. I don't know if we should have like a time where like, hey, skip to this when we actually talk about the 2025 movie. But
I think okay. So first things first,
because we've talked about it on the show before.
I think both of our introductions to this story was
the Arnold movie.
Arnold movie,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's start there. I've always said this. A faithful to the book version of this movie version of The Running Man does not negate the Arnold movie. They can exist in the same space. They can exist in the same world, okay? In fact, I was telling you after the movie yesterday, I thought it was kind of brilliant when none of that is in the book, that the Butcher of Bakersfield shit. Like, that's how they kind of show that that's why he's like a bigger dude. Now, Stephen King obviously hated that because in the book, Ben Richards is an everyman.
And by the way, you're not going to be able to actually make Ben Richards like the book because he is malnourished and he's a skinny dude, and Glenn Powell is not malnourished. He's a big beautiful man in that new movie too. And yeah, Arnold and Glenn Powell are kind of the opposite of what Ben would be, but that's just the nature of an action star. Like Glenn's, you just have to accept
Glenn's
the fact.
far closer.
You suspend your disbelief for that because you have to acknowledge it's a movie. But yeah, so I had never heard. I knew of the book because it obviously references it, based on the Richard, and it even says Richard Bachman in the original movie.
Yep.
But yeah, I came to this much later, and it really, when you think about Arnold movies, it's not a lot of people's first. Like everybody thinks of like Terminator, or Commando.
It's one of his top 5, I think, from the 80s.
Predator. Even I don't know if you would consider like. But it's kind of almost
in my top.
It got
5.
a cult following later, I feel, because I really think like this was kind of like a forgotten Arnold movie.
I think it was a box
time.
office hit. I mean, I think it did well at the box office, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, that's because it was in the middle of Arnold mania.
Well, it was still an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. They there's a lot of violence in that.
So
first movie.
one of like 2 or 3 viewings into it, either I knew that Richard Bachman was Stephen King's pen name because I was like a King head for like 30 years, dude. Like I know a lot about Stephen King. Okay, so either I knew that or I went out looking for the book because that was one of my things. Is I would like to. When I was younger, I don't do this much anymore. But when I was younger and I had more time on my hands, I'm 50. I got to get going. Seriously. I would go and read the book.
Yeah.
Of the movie after I saw a movie that I liked. And
which I feel can be kind of hard.
How I fell into the Bachman books.
Nice.
Which is basically that big, thick. It's the 4 books. It's Long Walk,
The
Rage,
Long Walk that just came out as well.
The Long Walk,
and The Running
Road
Man.
Work, Rage, and The Running Man.
Right.
Yeah, and the other 2 are kind of shit.
Yeah, Rage is not going to get made into a movie.
No, because it's about a school shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've talked about so like,
Road Work
I don't want to
really.
I don't want to retread too much
much
because we've talked about this a lot leading up to this movie.
Well,
so I don't want to retread everything.
No, so that's how I got into the book, and almost immediately I was like, I really want to make someday, if I ever get to that point where I can make a movie, I want to make a faithful adaptation of this. My thoughts about the design of the project was much grimier. And much less, not bright, but much less shiny almost, I guess. But here's the thing. In this day and age, what they used with what we're facing now, which is a crisis of technology, like it or not.
Yeah.
They took all that and they just basically they extrapolated that into the future, 10 years maybe, and that's where we're at, okay? And I liked almost everything but the ending of this movie.
Yeah, we'll get into the movie. But yeah, so...
You know what I was thinking last night, though? You know why they didn't do that ending like the movie? Because you know what Americans aren't big on?
Yeah, spoilers. Okay, yeah. So...
Spoiler.
Let's get to that. Let's just jump into it real fast. So,
yeah.
because I want
that's called a tease.
So when this trailer came out,
yeah,
and we talked about it, on the pod, and then from that conversation, I went and picked up the book because I wanted to read the book before this. So I read it before going into this movie because based on what I was seeing on the trailers and what you were telling me, like this is a much more faithful adaptation of that. So
yeah, what I saw too was like
I'll definitely check out the book. The book's great. I recommend reading the book.
Yeah.
It's
not broken up into chapters. It's broken up into countdown.
Yeah, it's counting down into the end of the.
It's really cool the way it does it. Yeah.
And I love it is a angry, dark, satirical book, and the ending is much more grim than the movie.
Yeah,
and we'll definitely talk about that. And I just think that it's a movie or a book and a movie that really spoke to me personally, because I read up on him saying that when he wrote this book, it was a angry young man who was obsessed with writing in the process of writing a book, and that's where he birthed this idea.
Yep.
And the fact that he had to publish it under a different name because he was publishing too many books because he's a fucking machine. He's not human. That's how you become the GOAT. You're the GOAT because you can just keep fucking shelling out hits.
I urge everybody who's listening to this to go and check out his book on writing.
Yes, I've been meaning to read that. I've heard it's really good.
It's an incredible book. Not only does it have, it's basically half biography or half autobiography and half here's how you can be a better writer. Here's some tools that I've used in my whatever.
Yeah. Things that have helped him.
They're both equally. I got something from both parts, but I really got a lot from his autobiography when he was talking about going through his addictions.
Yeah.
When I was still in the throes of alcohol addiction, like in my 20s and 30s, my mom got me that book. It came out, 2000. Anyway. But it was after he was recovering from that car crash where he got hit by the car.
Oh, yeah.
Remember back in the early aughts, I think. I don't know if you remember that or not. But he got hit by a car, and like this, he had this whole bit about it. It was a postscript. The version that she got me was like the second printing. It had a postscript about this guy who had run him over. You never saw that Family Guy where?
Yeah. Oh, it's Dean Koontz, and he runs him over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that's referring
yeah.
to. Yeah.
So I knew about. So that's when you said it. I immediately thought of the Family Guy bit because I was like, oh, I know what he's talking about.
But yeah, no. Stephen King, is a nut. But getting back to the movie.
No, yeah. So the movie itself. Let's just get into it. Spoilers. Do we have a new one for spoilers?
I don't know. What happened to Pizza?
Fuck you, asshole.
No. What happened to Pizza Time?
I forgot to put it.
You
back.
fucking dick.
You know what, man?
Hey, we swore. We've been swearing though, haven't we?
For this movie particularly,
Okay.
I have two.
I know exactly what it is.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
That's your note right there. One more time, Jesse, take us home to let them know. Spoilers. So if you haven't seen The Running Man 2025, turn it off.
Wait, yeah.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
All right.
We're basically saying you're not because you haven't seen the movie.
So the book, the ending of the book is similar to the movie to a point. So
it's actually very close to the ending.
Yeah. So the ending of the book is in the movie are the same. So he's in the plane that's being flown back to the network's building. And Killian tells him, if you kill all the hunters on this plane, I'll give you a TV show.
Hunter 6.
Hunter 6 is a working title. Wasn't it? I'll give you that job, whatever. So, but he says, why would I ever do that? And he goes, maybe because of this. And he's like, shows him footage of McCone and his men killing his family. Yeah. And so then he goes insane, and in the book,
he goes nuts.
What happens in the book is he goes insane, kills all the hunters, and in the book, having nothing to lose because his family's dead, he takes the plane and crashes it into the network
he's also
building.
Dying. I mean,
and he got mortally stabbed in the gut, like he does in the movie.
Some of my favorite parts in the book are when he accidentally steps on himself.
Yeah,
because his guts are hanging out. You don't know. You don't.
Oh yeah. What
he took another step and something pulled.
Yeah.
Like that's just got to be like so fucked up. Like you just got a big old trail of links.
Yeah.
Just trailing behind you, and it's your guts. It's your intestines.
And I see what you mean now that you mention it. But in the book, he crashes the plane into the network building.
Right into Killian's office.
Right into Killian and kills all everybody that burns the fucking thing down like he said he was going to.
And what don't Americans really are fond of?
9/11 happened after that.
I'm saying planes flying into buildings.
Yeah.
So I get why they didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially with the bullshit national
You can't
bullshit.
adapt that faithfully in a post 9/11 world
in this country, man. I mean,
I get what you mean.
I'm surprised they got away with as much as they did. Being who did this? Skydance, Paramount. They released this movie.
Oh yeah, you mean
mean
the fascist fellatiators at fucking Paramount?
Yeah.
Oh, and Disney too. By the way, every one of these fucking corporations donated that stupid fucking ballroom.
Yeah.
So every one of those fucking corporations can take my middle finger and shove it directly up their fucking ass and spin on it.
Go fucking suck a dick. How fucking... Gee, I wonder who's...
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I wonder. That's kind of weird. Why would they do that? Oh, so they can have control over all of us and all of our lives because they already have all of our information. Why wouldn't they team up with the government and sell all that information to the government, including our private emails and our search histories?
So anyway, so the movie's ending is very similar to a point. So Richards kills everybody, and he's talking to Killian, and Killian's still trying to give him a chance. So he also gets stabbed in the gut, but his guts are not coming out like in the book. He just gets stabbed or he gets sliced. And by the way,
Lee Pace puts his fucking hand through his fucking guts with the knife, like through his guts.
Yeah, and you see the blood splat. But as he's flying back, Killian still gets it. So it seems like it's gonna end the same way as the book.
Yep.
And then he keeps asking Killian, "Did you kill them or not? Are they dead or not?" And my part, I don't know if you heard me say this in the theater when I watched it, but I was just like, "Who cares?" Like he goes, "Who cares?" And I'm like, motherfucker, if they're alive or dead and you said, who cares? Yeah. And I know what he was saying. Like, it doesn't matter. You would believe me either way.
No, but
said, even still, you're saying, who cares to my dead family, you fuck?
No, but more telling was, who cares? I would torture them in front of you if I knew it would get me what I wanted.
Yeah, he didn't. It didn't matter either way.
The understanding is that these people are morally reprehensible and they have no moral center.
And they
because they worship a god called greed.
Yeah, simple.
All there is to it. And we are in a world like that now, whether you like it or not.
There's some things we both really like this movie.
No,
so I want to talk about
gross.
the negative things before we really gush about it.
Okay.
Some things that we need to address. And I think there are some criticisms about this, and you and I definitely have criticisms of this too. I do think at times this movie is way too fucking heavy-handed with his message.
We talked about this right after the movie.
Yeah, as soon as we got out of the theater.
I am all about the fucking message of this movie.
I agree with everything that this
about it.
I agree with everything this movie's trying to say.
But regardless of what the point of view is or the message of the movie, like, look, you know what movie I really, really fucking dig, like, in my core? JFK, the extended version, man.
The Oliver Stone movie?
Oh, my God. It's so good,
Never
dude.
seen it.
Now, forget about the fact that it's historically inaccurate and it's just way out there.
Well,
it makes sense watching it, right?
Tell me.
The whole Donald Sutherland thing where he's talking to him in the national park in Washington, D.C.
I've never seen
There's
it.
like an hour long right there. Anyway.
Did they on it? Did they show the part when I banged Marilyn?
Kevin
Did they?
Costner, as the prosecutor, the only one who brought a case in the John F. Kennedy murder, by the way, in the United States, prosecution for that, the only one who ever did that. At one point, he's giving his summation, and it's beautiful, and it's gorgeous, and it's everything. And then he looks at the fucking camera.
Oh, they break the fourth wall,
and he
right?
goes, "It's up to you." And then he turns away, and it's like, way to fucking ruin that, K-Bob.
You didn't like the little break in the fourth wall?
No! You could have been... And if it was Stone's idea, fuck you too. Anyway. But yeah, either way, again, the point is that it doesn't matter how great the message is to me or how much I agree with it. The point is that any message that is heavy-handed like that, like that is, let me hold your hand so I can tell you what this movie is about, that's when I'm like, okay.
It got a little eye-rolly at parts. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, and I normally I don't point things out like that, or I don't really notice the things. So sometimes when it, like, but when you see it, you're like, all right. Because there's times I'm like, let's move it
It's
along.
only like 3 or 4 times, but it's enough to comment on.
Again, I enjoed this movie a lot.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I had a lot of fun with this movie. But like that's one of the
Solid
negative
A.
things I have about
Solid
it.
A.
I think
Seems like it was mostly practical effects.
I didn't like that they changed the ending. I would have preferred him. I understand why they did it.
So let's get into
But
that.
I
The
would have
ending of
preferred
the
that
movie is just this random thing where this guy named what the fuck was his name again?
Well, it was big. It was the dude who was with.
I know, but he had a video earlier and he had a name.
I'll look it up.
Anyway, but he starts doing this YouTube video, right? And they pause
where it looks like he's gonna crash in the building.
Right. Well,
like the
a
book.
missile hits him.
Yeah.
So he's not going to crash into them. He's just going to crash.
Yeah, yeah.
And this guy goes, and he comes out through the screen, just like the video earlier in the movie, and they do this whole thing, and then apparently he survives and makes it back to his family. Okay.
And then so he meets his wife and kids who were alive, who didn't get killed, and then he proceeds to lead this revolution, overtake the network as Bobby T is quitting to do the new season of The Running Man.
Bobby T is so good.
And yes, man, not enough of Coleman Domingo. Not enough of him in this movie.
He nailed it every fucking time he was on screen. So good.
This is America, God.
In fact,
damn it.
to be really honest, Josh Brolin was really understated, and honestly, it could have been any actor doing that role.
So here's my problem where I think where the Arnold movie got it right, and they should have adopted that for this movie, because I feel like some of the issues with because the book is so fast and so quickly paced, just like the movie, you're getting a lot of different characters coming in and out. And in the book,
the host of The Running Man is not
so
a big
but
part
so
of the
yeah.
book.
I want I'm going somewhere with
cool.
this. Yeah. Because in the Arnold
Just wanted to
movie,
remind
Killian
you.
is the same person. In the book, in this movie, it's Killian and Bobby T. They're 2 different people. But in the Arnold movie, they blend both. I think they should have done that. Just because Coleman Domingo is so goddamn good in this movie,
Yes.
and he's not in it enough.
Yes. No, don't get me wrong.
That's my biggest criticism
You
of
get
it.
the star power of Josh Brolin. I get it.
And look, I get
And he
that-
did good.
I get they're adapting the source material and trying to be faithful to it, and nothing against Josh Brolin either. He's great in everything he does. But it's just because the best parts of this movie is when Bobby T is on screen or when that motherfucker is narrating. That was so genius to make him do play-by-play because if he can't be on screen, let his presence be felt. And let's have a fun way to guide the action in this sequence.
Oh yeah,
it's genius.
because it's live on TV or whatever. Yeah. And here's the interesting thing for all you race swap fanatics.
Yeah, Killian.
Who go crazy about that. When a white character is swapped to another race. In the book, Killian is black, and I don't even know the name of the host, but I don't even know if it's said what he is, but I'm assuming white. What is the name of the host of the Running Man in the book? I don't even know.
I have the book down here.
Awesome. But yeah, I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with you, my friend. They should have done either that or no, because you're right. Because having the moments of Bobby T narrating like the show while they're having what's happening on screen, because everybody at home is watching it too, and it's basically they have all these little bot cameras that follow everyone around.
Yeah, it's Bobby Thompson.
That are okay.
So they just call him Bobby T, but it's Bobby Thompson.
Huh. Interesting. But yeah, he's hardly in the book at all.
Yeah, Mr. Richard, this gentleman on my right is Fred Victor, the director of The Running Man. The other fellow, I'm sure you know, is Bobby Thompson. And yeah, Coleman nails Bobby. Like his Bobby is just like the books, just like the book. And again, this is my issue with it.
Yeah.
I only have, again, he's great. I'm not saying this movie is bad. I enjoyed this movie, but I think if you're going to adapt something like this, I think it's okay to go as close as they did. I love that they did that, but I just wish that they would have added more of Bobby T and more of Killian. I just think that we needed a little bit more of them. And I understand they aren't, like,
I don't know that we need.
I understand their presence isn't as big in the books, but I just I don't know. Or we could have done the thing like I mentioned, blending Killian to the two characters, because I just think that was smart in the first movie. And
well, first of all, you got Richard Dawson, who was a game show host,
and he's so good at being a shit eating
and an actor,
dude. Yeah,
he's an actor and
a game show host. So he's done that. Yeah.
I don't even know what else he did. I'm sure he wrote and produced and directed too, and probably did live music. Are we playing?
Yeah, you're on my shoes.
But I mean, yeah, Richard Dawson kills it in the first. That's why you can't kill that. You can't negate that movie because it's good. The idea that they take it and make it a game show the way that they had. They took that
instead of taking the games, they made it more like the Hunters, where like the Hunters had more gimmicks and things.
Yes, because it was during the '80s when bigger, badder,
and it was pro wrestling was at its peak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
like it was the boom of the Hogan era.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
For the time of the movie that it was made, and again, like it's still very dystopian. It's still faithful to the book about what's happened in this country, if you will. You know what I mean? With all the censorship and all that other shit and whatnot.
Now that we've got the negative shit out of the way, really, like I think.
Is there anything else?
The humor hits. I think whenever they're showing like any of the thing where, especially when they come back and it's like, what did he say? It was something deceased. And it was just like when they were talking about, first of all, the dude from Please Don't Destroy.
Oh, demonic. Disturbed.
Deceased. But like the dude from Please Don't Destroy SNL, like him being there was funny because in the fact that when they're going through the story and he runs into, I'm trying to pull up the cast here real quick so I can have it a frame of reference. He runs into the little boy and his brother. I can't remember their names in the books either.
Oh,
it's gonna drive me crazy.
Are you talking about Laughlin?
Laughlin? When he, like, oh my God. When they get him out of the city.
Oh, the two kids in the city that help him out.
Yeah.
What about them? I don't remember their names.
God damn it. This could drive me crazy because I don't remember their names in the book either.
Or in the movie. But they help him out. So what were you saying, though, when you saw the brother?
Well, no, that whole backstory of him explaining the archetypes and him being like the propagandist that was also a part of the resistance.
Oh, yeah.
They have every type. They have the stupid guy, and then they show the guy from Please Don't Destroy who already died. And then they have the one who's like, they know their days are numbered, so they're just going to go out in a blaze of glory, and that's Katie O'Brien's character.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have Glenn Powell, who's Ben Richards. You're going to go the whole way. I do love they kept the thing from the book of Richard Lives and that shit. I love.
Yep.
And I think the problem with the issue with that first movie is I think people really misconstrued what this was because they make it seem it's like one night, whereas this is 30 days. This is a journey. So
and
like
that's the book.
And I love that as fast paced as this movie is because it's like 2:15, but it's as fast paced as this movie is. I did really like those longer stretches because it really shows you the shit that he has to go through to try and survive this.
Yeah.
And I love the part where we find out about the radiation, and then he tries to tell him, and they change his tape, and then his thing where it was like,
I'm glad I blew up all the goons.
Yeah, I'm glad I killed all this. And that's when I was like, Jesus. When I was like, we're getting too close to home. Because in the book, they do the same thing. In the book, they perceive it as he's evil and he killed these people and they bring out their children. That's all in the book, too.
Yeah.
But given that we live in this world, and I'm going to say his name, so if you want to get me in trouble for it, I don't care. I'll fucking say Lord Voldemort's name. We live in a post-Charlie Kirk assassination world, and we saw how narratives get changed about people after they die.
Yeah.
So to see that in this movie, it's like, God. Like 2 months after that, I'm like, wow. Because no, make no mistake, Charlie Kirk said some racist, horrible shit when he was alive. Don't confuse him as a martyr. What happened to him was awful, and it should never happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But he's not a martyr. So that's why I was like, whoa, we're hitting too close to home.
He also said that kids getting killed in schools is worth it so that he can have a seventh gun without a 2
So my
week
kid
waiting
getting
period.
shot at daycare is worth it to him. So, yeah.
I don't want... No, we didn't need him. Yeah.
So that's why that sequence is like, man, we're getting too close to home.
That was the extreme of whatever.
But it's such a brilliant sequence of satire because it's like, we all know what happened. Because that's after the scene where he is holed up in the shitty apartment and he smokes the joint and then he gets his
awesome.
And then so he's looking down and there's a guy he calls Fred and he's like, you're acting weird. He's just screaming shit. And then you have that like jump scare thing of him like looking up and I'm like, oh shit. Because I know, you know. But the fucking sequence where he throws a grenade at McCone and it's in the trailer, but it's still awesome. And he goes, I got a grenade. And he just throws it and he goes, back at you. He just kicks it at him. I love it. Do you know he matched his mask to his shirt colors in each sequence? His mask is different with his shirt.
No, but one thing I absolutely
I could be wrong.
Lee Pace is
great.
one of those guys like Aaron Taylor Johnson, and there's one other Robert Pattinson is becoming like this too. But
you forget that he's Ronan the Accuser.
He's able to disappear into his roles, and you forget that one of the biggest, besides being a great actor, one of the biggest advantages on screen that Lee Pace has is he's big.
He's 6'8",
he's like
6'9". He's huge.
Yeah, and he's built too.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that helps out a lot. And to be really honest, I liked that he looked like shit when they took his mask off. He had shitty hair and those shitty glasses.
Ugly, and he's got the sticks. He has the shard in his eye. And
I wish they would have had a little more of him. You know what? Back to one bad thing. They did run that into the ground a little bit. The whole "you can't run from fate, you can't run from destiny" thing.
I think so, but but given how much but it makes McCone seem more like of a fucking dork, so it's funnier. Like it's funny.
Fair.
It's a legit, and people have criticisms of the humor in this. I thought I laughed at pretty much everything. I thought it was pretty fun.
Was like,
I do think it's interesting that this movie decided not to come out and say that she was doing sex work because in the book it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it straight up says that, but they kind of just brush it away of like, no, they're just flirty rich guys. Like, there's not.
So
I'm okay with it. Like, it doesn't. I
No.
prefer that because
So
I thought it was kind of crude that she was in the book anyway.
In the book, she is she's a nurse, isn't she? But she can't make enough money.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
she starts.
But she started
blowing
when they first started
dudes.
dating. She was a prostitute.
Yes.
And he's like, you can't go back to that. And she's like, that's the only way I can make money.
So
there.
there's a part in the book where she mentions she did something for like $10 new or some shit, and yeah. But Lee Pace, I thought. In my head, I saw his name in the credits, and I'm like, he's got to be McCone, right? Because I kept thinking of like, I don't see him anywhere, and I heard his voice. And
when I see that name, I think the imposing size.
But
so
when
I'm like, he's got to be McCone.
But he's also got a particular voice.
Yeah.
And so I heard his voice, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where he is. I wish we could have got more of him, but again, I think that's just the book.
To be honest, the last sequence on the plane
It's pretty good.
Is makes up for
my
not
favorite
seeing
little
most of the movie.
my favorite thing about that is there's a couple. I gotta give Edgar Wright props because you don't really see this in movies anymore, where he actually has a dead body on screen, stay dead for a little bit before we go away from it, and it one side it's like sad, and the other side it's funny because when McCone gets killed and gets impaled into the open window on the plane, it's funny because he's just fucking dangling there.
Yeah.
But while we're giving out shout outs, Michael Cera's great. He's great in this.
Fantastic.
His speech, his speech I thought was really good and effective. So like later, it just feels like a little bit where I was like, come on, where he gives that whole speech to Amelia, and I understand why she's in the book. She's got to be the perspective of the rich person or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, dude, we already heard. Like, we as an audience have already heard this speech. We already kind of heard it from Michael Cera. We don't need. That's where I was starting to get like, okay, let's move it along. But his death was sad, because
well, it was sudden.
It's just so sudden because he just gets fucking. They're in the helicopter and they snipe him.
I think he dies in the car because he crashes the car.
He dies in the buggy next to Ben.
No, in the book they're in a car.
Yeah.
And they crash the car, and I think he's dead by the time they crash the car from like blood loss because he does get shot in the house.
Everything that happens in the, I mean, they change it up for the movie.
I don't mind that they did that in the movie because it's a cool action sequence where he runs the
because he definitely
the buggy full of
if
bombs
I remember
into the other
in the
hunter.
book, he's dead because the mom alerting them and everything.
And he's also a big fat like basement kid.
Yeah, you said Jack Black was what you would have thought, and I was like, that seems more.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you mentioned that. You're like, if I would have cast it, I kind of would have thought
know if
something
I
like Jack Black type.
Talked about who would.
When you saw Michael Cera's character in the trailer, you're like, well, in the book he's a little bit more chunkier, but it's whatever.
Yeah, Jack Black would have been too old. Well, maybe. I don't know because if I remember, he's like 19 or 20. But he's also.
But in the book, you're right. He does get stabbed like that, and he doesn't. Yeah, when they crash the car, he's already dead.
Yeah.
So this is better because it's much more dramatic, and I just love that visual because it's like the shot of him in the head, and then the brains on the seat, and then just his head there. It's such a interesting shot because it really does make you sit with what's happening to him, and that's a big moment for Ben and the audience to be like. Every time someone helps them, they fucking die.
Yeah.
Or something bad happens. And that whole sequence. It got a little cheesy. He was like, I am the igniter. And then like blew up the initiator or whatever, yeah. And then blows up the bridge. But that was awesome. I love that
If
shot.
I'm not mistaken, the second name on the card is William H. Macy. Like Glenn
Molly.
Powell.
Yeah, Molly.
Yeah, he was in the movie for like 5 minutes in the first 10 minutes, and that's it.
He was his agent.
Fucking A.
He's
man.
in there before Michael Cera, who arguably definitely has more screen time than him, who has probably the most of the side characters that aren't, Bobby T, Killian, and Ben.
Michael Cera's mom has more screen time than fucking William H. Macy. And that includes the torture scene.
Can I just say
that he imagines?
His mom. Also, I love the fact that they kept the torture dream in there because when I read, if you hadn't read the book, watching the movie, you're like, what the fuck? Because when you read the book, you're like, what the fuck? So it again, really cool. I love that they kept that in. But real quick, his mom was great too.
Yeah.
She used to be such a nice, intelligent woman. And she's just screaming at the TV, eating the pudding.
I wish that I would have read Fight Club before I saw the movie because the book does a really good job of not letting you know what's going on until the very end.
Yeah.
In the movie, you can start to see it. There's
Right.
clues. And, of course, in the book, too.
Oh,
but
I'm sure if you go back and you read it, you'll be like, oh, here's all the... Yeah.
Here's the thing is, most people have seen Fight Club, I still urge you to go read the book. It's still a really good book.
Palahniuk, right? Chuck Palahniuk?
Chuck Palahniuk.
I'm pretty sure I've heard him say Palahniuk.
Well, there's no C in his last name.
Palahniuk?
No
I got to go listen to an interview with him again.
His first
get it
name's
right.
Chuck, but there's no Chuck in his last name.
But it's...
Palahniuk.
That's
Palahniuk.
Go listen to it. That's not how he pronounces it. I'm wrong and you're wrong. We're both wrong on how the
fucking
pronunciation
dick.
was. I don't.
Wow.
Well, I'm saying we're both
What
wrong,
was
buddy.
that all about?
So yeah, I get what you mean. So again, like my wife watching it, that would be a trippy ass scene for her because she'd be like, "What the hell?" And then you're like, "Oh, it's just a dream sequence." I was just trying to hit all the things.
Yeah, no.
Katie O'Brien's death was funny. With just two random kids with flamethrowers.
Yeah. And of course, fucking little toasty little inbred fucks.
Also, still the first death is great too. He's like, I don't know if you've seen The Running Man, but I kind of look like that guy. And then it's Running Man, not Walk. Not Walking Man. Oh shit! And I love
no.
all the deaths that they were showing in the background throughout the years were really funny.
My one subtle satirical bit that I think people might have missed is when the hunters pose with their kills,
the selfies.
It was like fucking assholes on
Footballs, yeah.
safari.
Oh yeah, or
It was like
yeah.
assholes on
Trophy-
safari with a
trophy hunters.
animal. Fuck those people too. And if you think we're far away from corporate fucking police force, you're fucking wrong.
If you think we're
about a year from
Buddy.
fucking old Detroit, motherfucker.
buddy, we're not that far from the Running Man.
No.
Like legit.
when
you have leathery demons like Chris, leathery skin, glistening skin, fake plastic people like I don't know who is it, Christy Nome or one of those saying that we should make illegal immigrants battle for citizenship on a fucking reality TV show. A real person in our government said that. So if you think we're that far from this, we're like crazy far from this future, we're not. Best description of where we're at is I saw a Reddit post talking about VPNs possibly getting banned or something like that, and one guy being like, I don't like where we're headed. And then somebody immediately commenting after that on that Reddit thread being like, buddy, it's here. What do you mean where we're heading? We're already fucking there, and we're 6 feet deep.
Yeah, and we invited it.
And the dirt's getting higher.
We invited it into our homes. I remember when Alexa first came out, and I was like, people would be fucking insane to let that thing in their house. Millions and millions and millions of fucking copies. Yeah.
How do you think I
you
set a
should
timer
break
every
that
week
fucking thing.
for pizza?
Get a fucking egg timer. Get rid of that fucking
Luddite.
demon in your fucking house.
I
What,
have
else,
a
what
time-
else does it do for you?
Everything surveils me. What are you talking about? Everybody's got Ring
You gotta add
cameras.
something
Everybody
to
got...
it. Anyway.
So real quick,
But that was
to wrap it up. Well, all the deaths
Brilliance.
were fantastic because like they're over the top and like it's gory, but it's cartoonish violence. Like it's literally like watching Looney Tunes because like one of them literally was a guy who was like and then like two logs smashed his head.
Oh yeah.
Like that. They were just ridiculous.
There were a couple of I mean there's not a lot bad to say about this movie to me.
Yeah, I love
being such a fan of not only the book but also the Running Man featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger is how you pronounce it in German. Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking drink if Tyler's pretentious. Rolled his eyes at me.
You no, but
I know shit.
I think what's really really great is that even though I'm like 20 years older than you, we both had the same paths to this movie. We both started with Arnold. We both were like, And I don't know if I just told you about it, and that's why you, or maybe you. I don't know.
Well, you told me about it.
I'm sure I've told you about it because that's one of the things I love.
Like I said
because
earlier,
we talked about Running Man with Arnold, and I'm sure I would have been like, dude, the book is way better.
It was because of the trailer. It was because of this movie's trailer. Because you're like, this is much more faithful to the book.
But I'm positive that when we first started talking about Running Man, I was like, the book is way better. Because that's the kind of asshole that I am.
Oh yeah, you were like, dude, the book is the book is totally different. Yeah.
But I'm glad you read the book before the movie because I feel like you have the same kind of thing. Like I really wish I get it. I understand the trepidation of showing something like that on screen. But
fucking love the book's ending. The book's ending.
Yes,
so
the book's
awesome.
ending is perfect. However, I understand perhaps test audiences, perhaps maybe being like, I don't know. Maybe that was all already written into the.
I'm sorry. I was
into the
trying
ending.
to find
I don't
the last bit of the ending here.
Yeah, that's about it for us.
Plus, you read the book. It's only like it's not even 400 pages.
It's a quick read.
It's very quickly spaced.
Yeah. It's I've read it maybe 5 times. I own it. I have the Bachman book somewhere in my house, but I've read it 5 times, I think, and straight through. And by the 5th time, or the 6th, 7th, whatever, it's been couldn't tell you, but a lot. By the 5th time or so, I was skipping ahead parts. Not because it's not a great book, but I already know what happens, so I kind of skipped to like.
All right.
Skipped ahead of like, okay, I don't. Ooh, is this a sticker? Cool. Hey, man, this is a sticker.
Yeah, man. There it was, huge, bulking, square and tall, into the night, silhouetted black above everything else, moonlit and turned into alabaster. It's just like the way that he describes this shit. I was trying to get to the part where, here you go. He pushed the weird wheel again. Now it seemed the plane was floating, weightless. The dial slipped from 1500 to 1200 to 900. He pulled it back out. C1, 9er, 8-4. The voice was very alarmed now. What's wrong? Acknowledge. Speak, boy, Richards croaked. Roof, roof. The big plane cruised through the night like a sliver of ice, and now Co-op City was spread out below like a giant broken carton. He was coming at the Game City building, and then it just proceeds to explain it. Like, I don't want to read the whole thing, but like, and that was 2 chapters, by the way. Like, the last, like, I don't even know how many pages,
Can
like 30 pages, or just keep going.
Because the book that I have, it doesn't change a page when it just does it right in the middle of the page. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the one I have is like the one that they started reprinting it before the movie came out, so that's the version I have.
Like this one in mine, it's the same page. 3 and 2 and 1 would be the same. You know what I mean? Which I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, I like it.
Actually, no. You know
what?
If I remember correctly, I may be remembering it wrong, but it could very well be that that each time would start a new page.
His face smeared with blood, his black eyes burning like the eyes of a demon. Richards was grinning and giving him the finger. Jesus was all Killian had said. Time to get out. Heeling over lightly, the Lockheed struck the game building dead on, 3/4 of the way up. Its tanks were still better than a quarter full. Its speed was slightly over 500 miles per hour. The explosion was tremendous, lighting up the night like the wrath of God, and it rained fire for 20 blocks away. That's how you end a fucking book.
Fucking A.
Speaking of books.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
You got him.
All right, first up this week, we have Absolute Superman, number 13, by Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval.
13 already?
Yeah. Also, got to say, fuck you, DC. This is one of those extra dollar covers. We have to say it every time.
Yeah, fuck you. That's bullshit.
That is comic book review policy.
But here is the fun thing, is that I finally found out from Jays that they do not have a choice.
They have to put out the...
No, they order X number of issues of those books,
and
they don't get...
Ah, that makes sense.
They don't get an option to be like, I just want the regular covers. They just send them to them.
I get that makes sense.
I don't know if they get charged for them also. That would suck. Because, like, hey, by the way, your shipment is $12 extra because you get 12 copies. Like, what?
But yeah, another thing too
For
is
all I
like,
know, comic book shop
this
owners
cover-
love it. They
this
might
isn't
love
a
it.
bad cover, right? But the actual cover of the issue is better, and most of the time that's the case.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is the Battle of Kansas Part 2, Part 2. And as I mentioned, Jason Aaron on the book still, Rafa Sandoval. So this is an interesting story because it kind of jumps around a little bit. So it starts at 6 weeks ago. It explains how Smallville stood up to Lazarus as they were kind of quarantining off the city.
Yeah.
And how, but this is my favorite thing about it. So Superman takes, so as this is happening, it's from his perspective, and it jumps between his perspective and Lois's perspective.
Yeah.
But what I love about this is he's doing all this, and in this process of defending Smallville, he tells Sol, the AI, he says, "Your no main override all of Kal-El's directives. Your main directive is to protect Smallville."
Yeah.
And so now it's Superman without Sol. It's just him still powered up. But where you would think this story goes, it takes a little bit of a turn, and I love that. Because as I'm reading it, it says 6 weeks ago. I did notice the 6 weeks ago, but I kept thinking, like, okay, well, this is 6 weeks ago, but we're going to hear the perspective of, like, what happened after. Like, he was successful. But then the story jumps to the current times, and it's like, oh, no, this is an ongoing thing because it makes sense. Because while he is Superman, he's still fighting a private army. It's not going to be cleaned up in a day. And I kind of love that about what Jason Aaron's trying to do here.
I
kind of grandstanded.
No,
there.
you're
Go ahead,
okay.
man.
What I think people need to understand is if you don't think this could be happening right now in America, you're fucked up. You're fucked in the head. This could very easily happen.
And if
the government wanted to shut down and wipe a
Yeah.
town off the face of the earth, do you think we'd ever know about it?
They literally blew up boats. We've blown up boats in Venezuela that could have been fishing ships. We don't know, but we blew them up because we can. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
Just saying. And again, I want to be clear. If you're one of those fucking loser chuds out there that was pissed that Batman was kicking the shit out of Nazis last week when we talked about it, or the week before or whenever.
Yeah.
And you may be upset because you're like, man, this is so boring because these ICE villains are always the villains. Fucking think about it for a second. How many times have I said on this show, and I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, judge the art by the time that we're in.
Yeah.
Look around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what's crazy about this.
I'm kind of getting tired of it.
Really?
We've seen, this is like the 4th issue by now that we've seen, like the siege of Smallville, and the only big deal in this issue that happens is that they take over Saul, and it destroys
they
Saul.
Corrupt
apparently.
Saul,
yeah.
And
they've been seeding the clouds over Smallville.
What I wanted to say was,
in other words, by the end of the story, there's no hope for Smallville and no hope for Superman. And it's like, okay, what are we doing now? What is this now? Is there going to be some sort of?
I promise you this. Aaron is, and this is what I think. I truly think Aaron's trying to play the long game, because this approach to a comic, and this is going to sound silly, but his approach to this particular issue felt like a novel, where I'm trying to say is it is illustrating a progression in time that maybe you wouldn't get. You might get on a TV show or a movie. But what I'm trying to say is it does what books do well, which is shows you how fast or how long we were doing this and how much crime is progressed.
Sure.
And I just felt like this was more of a very novel approach, especially the narration constantly switching perspectives. However, I do get what you mean, because while there were some cool images in this book, I'm like, isn't this like you thought? I'm like, are we still fucking fighting for Smallville? It's not a very big town. It's in the name. So, at this point, I just want to see. And again, I think he's playing the long game, because he's like, I think he did this intentionally to really build this up to be like, okay, now we're gonna see Roz and Superman fight. We're finally gonna get. Are we? I don't think so. I think he's gonna do a fucking bait and switch.
I don't know.
And it's gonna be a Ra's al Ghul flashback or some shit.
Look, filmmakers do this all the time.
It's
and
losing.
comic book
I will
writers
say
do it all the time
it kind of
too.
lose steam a little bit.
You need to stop pushing the limits of how far you can take a character before they can be saved, and it makes sense to me. Okay? James Gunn is one of the worst perpetrators of this bullshit. And it is
Can you go one episode?
the fight where Flag is kicking Chris's ass.
He should be dead, yeah.
That went on like at least two scenes too long. And why? Because you want to build tension for when somebody finally stops, whatever.
Yeah.
I get it, but you know what? You need to stop like two beats before. Because otherwise I'm like, I don't, especially if I know that the hero's going to, survive or whatever, it's like, I don't care. I mean, are you going to tell me that this series is going to end with 14 because Roz is going to kill him? Well, by the end of it, Superman, there's no hope for him.
Well, because they learn how to control the weather, and so they block.
There's no hope for him.
There's not as much sun.
What are we doing there, Jason? What are we doing here, buddy? Are we? This is. I don't know. I don't like it.
All right. So if we were to give this issue a grade, what would you give it?
C.
A C.
You've been smelling your own farts. You and Al Ewing have been hanging out. Get to the fucking point.
I enjoy that issue because
Get to the point.
I enjoy that issue.
Get to the fight.
Because of how long it kind of stretched out, like how serious this is.
fight.
Like we're almost 2 months
Get to the
into
fight.
this. Stop it. We're almost 2 months into this siege. I also love and as a radio nerd, you should have loved this. The fact that Lois has like a pirate radio station with Jimmy. I kind of like that about it. Because I like how he's like, okay, we can kind of play with her journalistic tendencies in this, but also still keep her, different and unique. And I kind of like
Get to
that.
the fight.
But I agree with you. We got it.
I waited.
If this were pro wrestling, we got to get to the pay-per-view and we need to see him kick his ass.
This is like 7 fucking WWE Monday
It really
Night
does
Raws.
feel. You know what? You're right. It does feel like one of those wrestling feuds that goes on for like 2 more months than it should, and you're like, just clearly these men cannot stop fighting. Like at a certain point.
Also, you are dumbing down Raj Al Ghul because of this. You're telling me that he's so powerful on his own that he has to use all this trickery to break him down before he just like beats him? Like, that's stupid.
I would say
Your villain sucks, Aaron.
I enjoyed the siege stuff and like showing the passage of time and the stuff with Lois, so I would give it a little bit better grade. I would go a little bit higher. I'd say B-.
C+. Because it's still a good
Hey,
book.
from now on, you and I both, because I am criminal of this too. We need to commit to the rating. All right. So I say B-, you say C+, right? All right. So here we go.
Yeah, because we're going to record it in a spreadsheet.
Did it get disconnected?
You're never fucking ready.
I got disconnected. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
No, I'm never fucking ready.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Fucking spare me. We got a
spare
fucking crossover book.
Aw.
Alien versus Captain America.
I thought you would love
number
this.
1.
Do you not love it?
We'll get to it. I don't remember a lot of it. No,
I don't either. And
written
we don't,
by
we don't, hey,
written by Frank Tieri.
Caliendo?
Boom. Stefano Raffaele is also the one that he's the artist.
So we don't have to do a deep dive on this because I don't intend to buy number 2. The point is, let me just say that going into this, I was like, this is probably going to be dumb.
The art's fantastic.
Yes, I was not disappointed. However, it's a tiny bit more clever than I thought, which is the Red Skull brings them to Earth, the Xenomorphs to Earth to try and win the world for the Nazi party, and then eventually just himself.
Can I just say something? I love this opening. In the blood-soaked shadows of World War II, Captain America hunts Hydra's venomous agents through Europe's ruins. There are whispers in the cold of that Baron von Strucker is in charge of something that could help Red Scare tip the scales of history, but no one could imagine the horrors that Hydra is willing to unleash on an already broken world. So I was like, okay, kind of cool. So yeah, it works as a crossover because you know what? It unlike that Batman Punisher book, it just kind of says, here's how we're going to explain it. And yeah, the idea of like Baron von Strucker is working with Red Skull to bring the Xenomorphs here.
Sure.
and that's all you need.
But again, we don't need to deep dive on any of the rest of it. It's kind of dumb. But
No,
let me just say
it's an enjoyable book.
Sure.
But
I
it
don't
is
think
what
so,
you
but
expect
whatever.
from a number one of a crossover. We got to set up explain how this exists here and when they're gonna fight and all that other shit.
That's true. Let me just make this clear about the Alien series. You guys have got it all wrong that are trying to bring them to Earth and blah blah blah.
Because they will extinct Earth if they could. They're the perfect race.
Duh.
That's their whole plan.
Alien works in confined spaces like spaceships or space prisons. Alien 3 wasn't all that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad, right?
Yeah, I don't really remember it, but
It
that much.
wasn't super great.
Also,
It was
I gotta
David
say,
Fincher's
Operation
first
Red
movie.
King is a great
Hey,
name.
David Fincher's first movie.
Wow. Oh, I gotta say, again, the art is fantastic, but like the splash page of the xenomorphs ripping through that town, like insane. And yeah, the last image is pretty great. I gotta say, because there's a chest burster that breaks out, and then it gets chopped in half by Captain America's shield, and he's like, "Well." There it goes, and we don't need stinking Captain America's help with the mission either. Well, to answer the first part, you're fiddling with your gun says otherwise, Fury, so you're welcome. As far as the second part, considering we may have a genuine war of the worlds on our hands, Uncle Sam says otherwise. And I love how this book is written. It is written with characters that talk in the 40s, and so shit like that, and I love the fact that it's set during World War II, and it really is its own thing. And Alien, like Predator, is a character that can work in this and is perfect for crossovers. That's why Alien has crossed over with Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and other characters. But it's an enjoyable first issue. It's not something that makes me. Look, if you've listened to the show, listened to the show for a while, you should just know at this point unless it really fucking blows us away, when we do crossovers, it's fodder. Because we all know the game.
I got it because it was number one to see if it was worth a damn.
And we all know the game. We all know the game. This character shows up, and this character shows up, and then they fight it, and then they team up to fight.
I haven't seen Absolute Martian Manhunter in months.
Where is it?
I don't know. Maybe I should ask.
I wonder if it got delayed.
It's on. No, it's on my. Oh, I don't know, but it's on my pull list. That and we don't have to look it up right now.
No, I know. I was trying to see if I had my rundown pulled up. But all right, next book.
I didn't really read this either.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Much like Captain America versus Alien or Alien versus Captain America. Sorry.
Alphabetically.
I got it because it was number one, and I remember you had said I think you texted me. You were reading one of the books that I dropped off.
Yeah, I
week,
definitely texted you.
and you were like, "Oh, Planet She-Hulk, we're officially
out of ideas."
Yeah, and I agree with you 99.9% of the time when you say that, and I agreed with you here. But
by the way, we didn't Alien versus Captain America.
I'll give a solid B. B minus.
B is good. B is good. I'll go with B. B minus and B for me.
Yeah. So I got this because it was number one to see if it was, again, worth a damn. And I can report that within 4 or 5 pages, not really.
This is going to be fun. Because I read the whole thing, and I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I actually ended up in liking it.
I didn't hate it. I just, it was nothing that I needed to read. If you're not schooled and skilled in the fucking Hulk like family tree, which I should be more, but I've never really been into the Sakaar and fucking.
Okay. First off, let me
Hulk bullshit.
Let me credit the writers, the creators on this. Excuse me. Written by Stephanie Phillips, Aaron Kuder on the art. Art's great. I truthfully, genuinely was surprised. This is a classic Eddie Brock Carnage situation where I wanted to shit on this book. I wanted to come in.
I didn't want to shit on this book.
No, I did.
Look,
let me be clear.
Okay.
When we do this show and we're going to do books for the show, there are times, everybody has their biases, right? But I genuinely try to have an open mind, and I don't want a book to be bad. But when I look at something like Planet She-Hulk, I'm kind of expecting to shit on it because I'm kind of like, I doubt this will be any good.
I will say in defense of the book, and again, I got enough of the book to realize that I'm probably not going to continue the series. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not because it's not a good book. It's just because the story doesn't intrigue me. But here's the thing. I am a huge fan of She-Hulk and how she was written with John Byrne moving forward. They stay true to that very, very much so in this book. So I liked that.
I just think that's interesting.
They stayed true to writing She-Hulk the way she has generally been characterized.
That I'm a little bit more positive on this book than you are. First of all, to me, it had to win me over with the premise, because the premise had to be something that I'm like, okay.
The premise is the Hulk has to go somewhere, so she has to.
But you know
take
what?
over.
That works for She-Hulk. That works for a She-Hulk story. So that's why I was okay with it. I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, so she's literally just planet sitting. She's babysitting an entire planet while her cousin is dealing with some shit on
What was
Earth.
that Hulk series that we did that was set in the future? It was
World War M.
Maybe
Is Maestro? Yeah, World War M.
It was
Future's End, Future Imperfect.
It was what's his name? Amadeus Cho.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? That fucking blew. This is not bad. It's just it doesn't grab me.
Like shit like this. So I agree with you. I could give two fucks about Hulk's kids. I don't fucking care. But I will say, this is a genuinely funny joke where he's like, Hulk declared 5 days of peace, one for each of Hiro Kalla's former wives. I mean, a girl is out here struggling to keep one boyfriend, and my first cousin, once removed, had 5 wives, and then it cuts to her breaking the fourth wall going, 5! And I was just like, at that point, I'm like, fuck. I like this book. It took me like 3 or 4 pages to be like, shit. This Stephanie Phillips is cooking here. I'm kind of digging this. And then, so basically what the issue is She-Hulk has to run Sakaar
While
Hulk's fucking off.
For like 3 days.
He says 5 days for the 5 days of peace, and she's at day 12 now in this issue.
She's been doing it like weeks.
So she shows up as a ceremonial thing to kill this big monster for this royal wedding for one of Hiro Kalla's wives. Mm. And then a bunch of assassins show up, and she has to fight them, and that's pretty much where the issue ends.
And the issue ends with Hiro Kalla's wife getting killed.
She's dead, yeah. The dude that was going to marry her is like, my bride!
But they also show him at different
and she's bargaining with the bird-looking alien dude to get off the planet.
They talk to... they do show the guy she's supposed to marry doing something sinister at some point in the book. So clearly he's the purple guy.
Yeah.
He's clearly has a plan in place to discredit the Hulks.
I genuinely think it was a fun book. I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed it at the end of it. But hey man, I'll admit when I gotta eat crow. And I'm eating some crow right now because I enjoyed this book. However, it's not. Look, that was a fun issue, but I'm not gonna read the whole fucking series. I'm not. Like you said, there's nothing as enjoyable as that was. I'll wait for a trade and wait for that trade to be on sale. Maybe I don't know,
or at the library,
or at pick it up at the library. Yeah, because it's not something like I gotta read this every month. But it is something like, hey, when that comes out as a trade, I might check it out. Mm-hmm. So which is more than I originally said, because I originally was shitting on it. So there you go. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event. We are continuing our mini-series.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
There are 4 books of the Cosmic Odyssey.
4.
We are on book 2.
Disaster.
Give that written by Jim Starlin, drawn by Mike Mignolia.
Give that son of a bitch over.
And hated every fucking second of it.
Jake has a very good point.
So I enjoyed this book very much. Just like I enjoyed the first one, because as a fan, as a lover of DC, I think like you and I talked. Well, when you brought these books to me, you're like, you should read these because you love DC, and like I said, the last book, it's weird to read it now because I already know most of these things at some point. But as someone who's never read this book or never read this series, I was a little annoyed before I even cracked this book open because on the back flap, it spoils the book. in a way. Because it says, thanks to your arrogance and stupidity, I have now seen 2 worlds die. I will never forgive you for this. And I could clearly tell it's Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So anytime I see them in this book, I'm like, this planet's going to blow up at some point. Or something
Yeah,
bad.
you don't know why.
Yeah, but I just
How?
still... well, yes, I do. I know that it's John's fault somehow. Or it's implied. So the first book... left off where it had Darkseid saying, like,
send all the teams off.
we got to go to these 4
and
locations.
We got to get Etrigan with Jason
I was
Blood.
going to motherfucker. I was going to explain it real
I
fast.
can do it better than you.
No, you can't. Because the last issue, we all split the New Gods and the Justice League up because they were going to the 4 places they need to go. Because we lose 2 of them, the anti-life equation gets the galaxy.
Yeah.
So we start on Thanagar, and Orion and Superman are just fighting because the Thanagarians are possessed by the anti-life equation, so they don't care about them, and they're just fighting.
So right away, of course, Superman and Orion have different ways and ideas of dealing with things.
Yeah, because Orion's a fucking war chief, and he's son of Darkseid.
Orion's a psycho.
Yeah. And then we cut to Zen. Is it Zenchi?
Zanchi?
Yeah.
Zanchi.
Zenchi, which is where John Stewart, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter are, and they're helping the people there. They're trying to figure shit out. And then we also cut back. This dude, shout out to Jim Sterling.
Starlin.
Jim Sterling. They transitioned.
Anyway,
point is, I got on a weird tangent there. ADHD. I gotta give props to Starlin here because this was fucking funny what he did with Batman and Forager. All this crazy shit is happening with the other 2 or the other planets, and those 2 are just like, we're gonna wait it out. We're gonna solve it here in my Bat computer because we can't fucking deal with them.
I love that they have the obligatory big coin and like the fucking
and the Joker
dinosaur.
card
Fuck yeah,
and like
dude.
all
Give
that
me
shit.
all of that shit, dude. That's awesome.
So Light Ray and
First thing we gotta do is get you a better costume.
Light Ray start. Yeah, he literally just makes it black.
It's cool though.
So then we jump to. So yeah, he pretty much tells Forager we're gonna wait it out. Forager also explains that Orion calls him a bug and hates the insect race. That's why that's in the lore.
He explains.
Yeah. And then Batman, tells him you need a new costume. We jump to Ran, and Starfire and Light Ray are seeing the chaos of the anti-life equation being unleashed on Ran.
Everybody's crazy.
They meet up with Adam Strange. And he's like, hey, I guess because I'm not actually from Ran, I'm from Earth, it's not affecting me.
That's maybe why, yeah.
So then he's like, okay. And then the issue cuts to Etrigan again, because we saw in the last issue he was chilling. And then, the whole plot is they're like, no, we need Etrigan to do this because he's badass. So then the most of this issue is... Yeah, and then we don't get a ton of Superman and Batman and stuff because it's just them. It's mostly centered around Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter and what they're doing on Zenshi. So essentially what's happening is they're trying to stop a bomb that's going to blow up the entire planet.
All 4 teams.
Because the anti-life knows they need to take 2 to take the whole universe.
Yeah.
So they figure out where the bomb is, and they run after the bomb. Yeah. And... this whole time, John Stewart's doing all this cool shit with his Green Lantern power ring, and Martian Manhunter is also the reader being like, wow, you can do that? Because there's times that I'm reading it, I'm like, wow, he can do that, huh?
So we had a whole
We had a fight.
Oh, my God.
Because here's the problem I have with this book. I really enjoyed this, right? But my problem was, so he even has a moment where he makes a protective cube, and he's like, I've even got a program to protect you and me, so the power thing. So he talks about how great this power ring is, which is also great writing by Starlin, because it just sets you up perfectly, because you're like, really? As serious as this fucking book takes itself, I gotta be like, wow, we're gonna go with that, okay. So anyway... John Stewart finds out where the bomb is. He tells Martian Manhunter, stay behind. You'll be dead weight anyway. I'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. My ring will solve all the problems.
What does he say to him?
Hold on, let me say.
You arrogant fuck.
Let me say specifically. You damn fool. You arrogant, conceited idiot. You're depending too much on that blasted power ring. Could be setting some up. So then we fly to Jon Stewart, and this is what sucks, is this setup is good. Like, I was like, damn. Because he, like, flies over there, and he's like, you're in big trouble. He's like, I'm going to fucking stop it. Nothing can stop me and my power ring. Da, 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 da. And then there's, like, a beautiful close-up on his face. And then we get a 2-page splash. One page is the big bomb, but the other page is his eyes, and it's a close-up, and then it's 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. But that gets sucked out of the air when I look at what stopped him. The Green Lantern Corps rings do have one weakness. Because of a minor impurity in the ring's power source, basic structures that can't affect anything that's colored yellow! Jon Stewart keeps asking it over and over his mind, how did it know? A question whose answer we can never destined to learn. I love Green Lantern. I said how much. We've talked about Green Lantern so much on this show. We've reviewed so many Green Lantern books on this show. But to have all of this emotional weight, all of it, because you have to understand at this time. Now, I'm reading it now in the year of our Lord 2025. Now, if I were reading that in the 80s when it came out, I would still be losing my mind because it's stupid. This whole Green Lantern can't do things with yellow has always been stupid in comic books, and I hate it. Because first of all, I will take the fact that Green Lantern is stupid. I'll accept the fact it's silly that he's an intergalactic cop with a magic space ring. I'll accept that. But you have got to give me a better weakness than the color yellow. Can he hail a cab? Oh, no, but you said, the comic book, it's got black tires, so he shot it with his power ring anyway.
It's 6 pages of planetary destruction.
I can't look past the yellow, Tyler.
The blast continues to reach out, gathering more territory in its devastating embrace. Another 200 kilometers south.
Misery.
Kilotis, Xanchi's most northern city, awaits its doom.
That was awesome, by the way.
Most die instantly, but some are unfortunately protected from the initial structure.
As stupid as that
destruction.
as stupid as the yellow bomb was, everything after that, like
Oh, yeah.
all the art and the description is just fucking awesome. Like, so good.
10 short seconds after its cataclysmic birth, the juggernaut of devastation halts its merciless advance. Half the planet it has now claimed. Deep within its smoldering core, it begins to metamorphose. Its heart becomes antimatter. It streaks across the heavens like a mad angel of death.
And then you can just hear
Its end is spectacular,
I'm trying to make
illuminating the heavens for thousands of light years in every direction.
All right. That's another thing, too, man. These older comic book writers, they were so masturbatory in their descriptions. Like, I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying it's very much of its time.
So then
why do you get so mad at me when I say?
Oh, I agree, but I like that shit.
Oh, I do too. Let me see.
So then we see John in the wreckage, and John.
Please read that because that was
he
so
just
funny.
comes over and he's like, like he says, I will never forgive you for this.
I watched another planet die, and I will never forgive.
I thought I could handle it. I didn't know I would know about the ring's invulnerability to yellow. I would have. John, shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That
is a legitimately human response from John Jones, even though he's a Martian. Just shut up. Like, I don't give a fuck what you had to say to me, John. You didn't bother to listen to me, so shut up. You know.
So we're also seeing what's going on with
what's going on.
Obviously, we haven't gotten too much into Superman and Orion, but we have seen a lot.
I mean, they were just fighting Thanagarians.
The Starfire and Light Ray and Adam Strange have all found the bomb, but now Adam Strange gets knocked out. There's this blobby thing. They can't figure it out.
That's the anti-life that.
After we leave John, we go back to New Genesis where they have finally convinced Jason Blood to
re-merge with Etrigan.
Let men tremble and the heavens cry out in alarm, for Darkseid has freed me from that damnable charm.
Beautiful.
Can I just say,
I'm telling you, that would be the worst part of the Bond is hearing that fucking demon rhyming all day.
Whoever made up the character, fuck you for making it so that he has to. Every writer afterwards who has to deal with him. Oh, are you fucking shitting me?
So I'm saying. I would if I were Jason Blood, that would be the worst part.
I would make him mute if I had to write him in a comic book. I'd be like, oh, you know what? He just can't talk no more.
If he rhymes, he dies.
It's canon. Eat shit.
Fuck you, do with it.
What are you gonna fucking do, asshole?
You know what?
You're a fucking choir boy compared to me. A choir
Are
boy.
you ready?
We
Give
got
us a couple more Running Mans before. Give us the Jessies.
Well, I know how we're gonna end it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so why don't you just
You do it.
Shut the fuck up.
Why don't you do that for me? Okay. What do you want to give Cosmic Odyssey book 2?
I'm gonna give it.
Or Disaster.
I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give
A?
I give all 4 of them A's right off the bat because it's such an incredible
I give it
saga.
A- for the stupid yellow shit. I'll never forgive it for that. It's still stupid. I'm sorry. I hate it. Like, I love that Jeff Johns went through the effort to try and explain it and be like, well, it's because Sinestro interrupted it with his yellow fear shit.
Okay, but okay. Hey. I can see both sides of the argument. Okay, I can. What? I can. Yes. No, I absolutely see why
Hold on. Time out. I can't.
Wow.
What?
I'm saying I can see why you're so frustrated with, oh my God, really? But there's a part of me that loves that. And when I read it when I was a kid, I was like, oh, dude. Whoa. Oh.
What?
Whoa.
You just keep doing that, and I go,
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. Oh
What?
God, dude. Whoa.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you, man, I was freaking my mind out. When I was flipping through book 2, Disaster,
What?
I got to that part when Jon Stewart let that planet explode.
What?
Said he's yellow.
Yellow belly.
maybe that's what it was. Because he's a cat. I give it, seriously though, I'm glad we are going back and look at these because it is cool to kind of go back through DC's history a little bit. And
It's
because this is post-crisis, right? This is like the reset.
if you and I hung out like at a place where people talked comic books, which I'm sure there's a Reddit or a chat board where we could do that for real, but I'd rather sit around and talk comic books with people in real life. Anyway,
It's called a podcast. We're doing it right now.
if there was, and we were just chilling out, and somebody brought up Cosmic Odyssey from the 80s, the Mignolia Starlin thing,
Yeah.
I guarantee you everybody in that place would be like, oh, fuck yeah, classic. Oh, classic, yeah, anti-life, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, again, it's important because it really does. It is, this is kind of the origin of the anti-life stuff and where that all comes from.
When I had
Doomsday and Darkseid and Apocalypse.
when I was in that 8-year relationship with the lady and she had 3 kids.
Yeah.
At one point they got into was it Bleach,
Mm.
some sort of anime.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Bleach is an anime.
Okay. Some Demon Hunter.
I don't fucking watch anime, but
Anyway,
yes, you're right. Demon Hunter is a thing too. There's also like, are you thinking maybe Demon Slayer?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's
I have friends that watch
As far as
anime.
I know, every anime is
As
about
many friends that I have that are
some
into
sort of
anime,
demon.
I'm kind of impressed I've somehow dodged it. And I mean dodge. I don't see, it's not something that interests me.
Well, I got Akira on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Akira is one of the first anime movies that made it big over here.
Is
And
that is Battle Angel?
huh?
No, never mind.
No, it's just its own thing.
I thought they remade something named that, but never mind. I'm thinking of a different movie. Sorry.
Ghost in the Shell was like the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But Akira was the first one back in the 80s, and I showed it to him to be like, hey, I know you guys love anime and stuff, so let me show you like the first one and one that I grew up on, and one that I really loved. They fucking hated it. They were like, this is the dumbest, slowest shit I've ever seen. And I'm like, guys, it's really good. And they're like, no, it's not. They're like, nothing's happening. And like, it was kind of like when I showed you the Blues Brothers.
Did you tell them?
Ew, fuck you. Yeah, it did.
I would have.
It did.
And you would have said, you know what? You know what you guys are?
Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
I don't know if that really works.
You are the motherfucking Antichrist!
That's I think of you.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying that to you. Now.
You're the fucking Antichrist. Okay, so how are you ending the show? You said you had a perfect way to end the show.
Oh, yeah, it was gonna be Plane Zero, but
Oh.
it didn't work.
I wanted some Jesse.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
Yeah.
Listen to this show. Is that? Oh, do we? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What do we? Well, oh yeah. Next week.
I think we should have ended after. Are you ready for pain? Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say I want to give a real quick props to the naming of this because it's all D's. It's discovery, disaster, death. What's the fourth one? They're over there on that bookshelf. Go grab them.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh my god.
Get it. Hurry, come on. Cohagen. This is your homework.
Book 3 decisions and book 4 death.
Book 3 is decisions. Book 4 is death.
And all the covers are fucking rad as fuck.
You're rad as fuck.
You're fucking
I'm going to tell
rad.
you this right now. I was dangerously close to buying. There was I think it was a hardcover at Mayhem.
Of that?
Of Cosmic Odyssey for like 50.
When?
Or 30 or something like that. It was like 30 to $50.
When?
In that range. I was there on Saturday. But I didn't buy it. I almost bought the Tom King Mr. Miracle hardcover too, the deluxe one, because damn, that's sexy. But
I told you I got the Lobo Big Fragging Compendium one. I should have.
I almost got that too, but I noticed. I remember, or I looked at it. I was gonna get it, but I was like, oh wait a minute, I knew that you bought
done with it. We need to start. I'm gonna bring it over.
We should do compendium. What did you say, compendium?
Compendium. It's 1,300 pages. No. All I want to do is review issue by issue, like we're doing with this one, the first miniseries. And maybe even his first appearance, because his first appearance is fucking dark as shit. I had never read his first appearance in Omega Men. I had never read it. I assumed, because of what I had heard and what the character is now, that he was just some kind of, superpowered dork in a purple costume with, frizzy hair, right? Oh no. So I'd like to review the first miniseries, the last Zarnian one, issue by issue, and then review his first appearance. Because I want you to feel the same dichotomy that I did when I finally read that Omega Men issue, and I was like, what? Wow. Okay.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.